Most people start their day checking their phones before checking in with their purpose. But just 1 week of intentional focus, 1 week of tuning out the noise can reset your mind, your habits, and your entire direction. Energy flows where attention goes. Focus on what matters and your life will follow. Because clarity breeds direction, and direction creates unstoppable momentum. Every successful person you admire had to make one crucial decision: to stop living for likes, opinions, and distractions. They learned to say no to the noise so they could say yes to their purpose. What if all the distractions in your life are actually holding you back from becoming who you're meant to be? What if the constant noise from your phone, other people's opinions, and even your own overthinking is stopping you from doing the things that really matter to you? And what if, deep down, you already know what you should be focusing on, but you just keep getting pulled away from it? Every day, your time and energy are being drained by things that don't actually move your life forward. The truth is, clarity doesn't come from doing more. It comes from cutting out what doesn't matter. You don't need more advice. You need more focus. Today, we're going to talk about how to shut out the noise, get clear on what really matters, and actually follow through. If you're ready to clear the clutter, find your focus, and finally take control of your life, then let's dive in. Chapter 1. Identify distractions that steal your time daily. Most people don't realize it, but their days are being stolen, minute by minute, hour by hour. Not by something obvious, not by something loud and aggressive, but by small, sneaky, constant interruptions that seem harmless, even normal. The truth is they are not. They're draining your energy, wasting your hours, and chipping away at your potential. Most people spend their day busy but not effective, active but not productive. And the reason isn't a lack of talent, drive, or intelligence. The reason is that they're caught up in noise distractions that don't matter and don't move their life forward. You wake up in the morning, and before your feet hit the floor, your phone is in your hand. A quick glance becomes a scroll, and suddenly 30 minutes are gone. You haven't thought about your goals. You haven't moved your body. You haven't planned your day, but you already feel behind. That's not a coincidence. That's the power of distraction. And it's happening every single day to millions of people who have big dreams but keep getting caught in small things. Every ding from your phone, every buzz from your pocket, every pop-up on your screen, it all chips away at your focus. 1 minute here, 5 minutes there. That might not seem like much, but over the course of a day, you've lost hours. Over a week, you've lost days. Over a year, you've lost months, all of it given away, handed over to things that don't deserve your time. Not because you're weak, but because you haven't drawn the line. You haven't told the distractions, no more. This isn't just about technology either. It's also about your environment, your habits, and the people around you. The endless small talk, the co-workers dropping by just for a second, the messages that ask, "Got a minute?" but take 20. And then there's the clutter on your desk, in your inbox, in your mind. All of it competing for your attention. All of it making it harder for you to stay centered on what really matters. The biggest danger of distraction is that it feels harmless. It feels normal. But it comes with a cost, a very real cost. Every time you get pulled away from what matters, you lose more than time. You lose momentum. You lose clarity. You lose the deep, satisfying feeling that comes from finishing something important. And over time, this builds frustration, stress, and a sense of being stuck. Not because you're lazy, but because your attention is being hijacked. Distraction is sneaky. It often disguises itself as something important. A news alert that feels urgent. An email that seems like it can't wait. A task that feels like progress but leads nowhere. These are not just distractions, they are traps. They keep you spinning, reacting, rushing. And while you're busy jumping from one thing to another, your real goals stay untouched. You end the day feeling tired but not fulfilled, busy but not proud. If you want to reclaim your life, you have to start by getting honest. You have to look at your day, really look and ask, where is my time going? Who or what is getting the best of my energy? What am I doing that feels important but isn't helping me grow? What keeps showing up that adds no value to my life or work? This kind of honesty is not easy. It's uncomfortable, but it's where real change begins. Start tracking how you spend your time. Every hour, take a note. Not just what you're doing, but how it makes you feel. Are you focused or scattered? Are you creating or consuming? Are you moving forward or just staying busy? Awareness is the first step. Once you see the truth, you can begin to take back control. You can start cutting the noise, one distraction at a time. Look at your phone. Look at your apps. Which ones are stealing your time without giving you anything in return? You don't have to delete everything, but you do have to be in charge. Put limits in place. Use them with intention. Don't open them because you're bored. Open them because you have a reason. The goal is not to remove all pleasure from your life. The goal is to make sure your time is being used in a way that serves your values and your vision. Look at your workspace. Is it clean or is it filled with clutter? A messy space leads to a messy mind. Every little thing in your view can pull your attention. Clear the space. Make it easy to focus. Make it obvious what matters. A few minutes spent cleaning up can save you hours of distraction later. Look at your conversations. Who are you talking to every day? Are they lifting you up or pulling you down? Are you getting caught in gossip, complaints, or mindless chatter? You don't need to be rude, but you do need to be selective. Protect your energy. Choose your company wisely. Spend more time with people who challenge you, inspire you, and help you grow. Distraction doesn't always look like wasting time. Sometimes it looks like doing the wrong kind of work. Work that keeps you busy but not effective. Work that fills your schedule but not your purpose. You need to check in often. Ask yourself, is this helping me become who I want to be? If the answer is no, it's a distraction, even if it looks productive. And then there's your own mind. The wandering thoughts, the urge to check something every 5 minutes, the habit of jumping from task to task. You have to train your mind just like you train your body. You have to build the ability to focus, to sit with one thing until it's done. This doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen through practice. Every time you bring your attention back, you get stronger. Every time you finish something without interruption, you build momentum. Distractions are not just outside of you. They are also inside of you. The fear of missing out, the need to always be in the loop, the discomfort of silence. You have to face these things. Not run from them, sit with them. Learn from them. Because when you stop chasing every little thing, you create space. And in that space you find power. You find clarity. You find peace. Chapter 2. Define your top 3 life priorities clearly. In the rush of daily life, it is easy to lose track of what really matters. Most people live in a constant state of reaction. They respond to whatever demands their attention without stopping to think about what should come first. The problem is that without a clear understanding of your priorities, you are at the mercy of everything and everyone else's agenda. You wake up to a to-do list that looks endless and confusing. You push through tasks that don't add value, and before you know it, the day slips away with nothing meaningful to show for it. The first step to gaining control is defining your top 3 life priorities clearly. This is not about wishful thinking. It is about making a hard decision about what deserves your focus above all else. When you do not have clear priorities, your mind is scattered. You waste energy deciding what to do next. You get pulled in every direction. You lose momentum and confidence. But when you can name your top 3 priorities, something changes. Your mind becomes like a laser beam. You know exactly where to aim your time and energy. You no longer wander through your day hoping something important happens. You decide what is important, and that changes everything. Choosing 3 priorities is difficult because it forces you to say no to many things. It asks you to be honest with yourself about what really matters deep down, not what sounds good or what others expect from you. Your priorities are the compass that guides every decision you make. Without them, you drift. With them, you steer with purpose. Your priorities should be based on your values and your vision for your life. They should connect to the person you want to become and the impact you want to leave. For some, family might be the first priority. For others, it might be health, career, or personal growth. Whatever it is, these priorities are not fleeting goals. They are the foundation of your daily choices. Once you identify your top 3 priorities, write them down. Make them clear and specific. Instead of saying, "I want to be healthy," say, "I will exercise 4 times a week and eat balanced meals." Instead of, "I want to succeed at work," say, "I will complete my project deadlines on time and improve my skills every month." Clarity fuels action. Vague priorities lead to vague results. A common mistake is to have too many priorities. When everything is a priority, nothing truly is. 3 is enough to keep your focus sharp and manageable. If you try to juggle more, you will spread yourself too thin and lose progress. Commit to your 3 and watch your productivity grow. Knowing your top 3 priorities also helps in tough moments. Life will test you. Distractions will call you away. Unexpected events will demand your attention. When that happens, your priorities remind you where your time belongs. They become a shield against the chaos. Once you have defined your priorities, you must review them regularly. Your life changes, your goals evolve. What mattered 6 months ago might need adjustment today. But you cannot make these changes without first knowing what your priorities are. A regular review keeps you honest and aligned. Defining priorities also improves your ability to say no. When you know what is most important, it becomes easier to decline invitations, projects, or habits that do not fit. Saying no is not about being rude or closed off. It is about protecting the things you care about most. This protection is essential for long-term success. It is important to understand that priorities are not just about work or productivity. They include your mental health, relationships, and personal happiness. Defining priorities means giving yourself permission to take care of your whole life. It means recognizing that your well-being is just as important as your accomplishments. Many people confuse busy with productive because they have not set clear priorities. They fill their day with tasks that keep them occupied but move them nowhere meaningful. Defining your 3 priorities cuts through this confusion. It lets you focus on what drives progress and fulfillment. Without clear priorities, your energy drains quickly. You feel exhausted because you are constantly switching between tasks that don't matter to your bigger goals. With priorities, you conserve energy by focusing on fewer things, but with greater impact. This energy can then fuel your best work, your best relationships, and your best self. Writing down your priorities also creates accountability. It is one thing to have goals in your mind. It is another to see them in black and white. Writing them forces you to commit. It reminds you daily what deserves your effort. This simple act of putting pen to paper can change your mindset and behavior dramatically. Setting priorities is also about creating boundaries. Boundaries in time, in relationships, and in habits. When you clearly state what is important, you start saying no to distractions and yes to your priorities. Boundaries give you space to breathe and think deeply. They create a safe environment where your priorities can thrive. Your priorities should not be overwhelming or unrealistic. They should be inspiring and achievable. They should motivate you to get out of bed and take action. When priorities feel heavy, they become a burden. When they feel clear and meaningful, they become a source of energy. To discover your top 3 priorities, start by reflecting on what brings you the most satisfaction and peace. Think about the moments when you feel most alive and purposeful. These clues point directly to what matters most. Then, ask yourself what you want to accomplish in the next year and 5 years. Your priorities connect the present with your future vision. After you define your priorities, organize your day around them. Begin your morning by focusing on one priority at a time. Use your highest energy periods to tackle the most demanding tasks related to your priorities. This simple strategy ensures you make consistent progress and don't get overwhelmed. It is also essential to communicate your priorities to those around you. When your family, friends, and colleagues understand what you value most, they can support you. Support is a powerful tool to stay on track. It reduces distractions and creates encouragement. Defining your priorities is an act of self-respect. It says you value your time and your life enough to choose what really counts. It empowers you to live intentionally and create results that matter. Without priorities, your days will be pulled in every direction. With priorities, your life will start to pull toward success and fulfillment. There is no greater gift you can give yourself than clarity about what matters most. Defining your top 3 priorities clearly gives you that gift. It provides direction, motivation, and peace of mind. It is the foundation of a focused, meaningful, and powerful life. When your priorities are clear, your path becomes clear, and your future brightens with possibility. Chapter 3. Schedule focused time blocks with 0 interruptions. Most people believe they can juggle many things at once and still get great results. Reality shows a different story. When your attention is divided, your work loses quality, your energy drains faster, and progress slows down dramatically. One of the most powerful tools for focus and productivity is simple yet overlooked. It is scheduling dedicated time blocks where you work without any interruptions. This is about creating pockets of deep concentration that allow you to get into the flow and accomplish meaningful work. The truth is, your brain cannot truly multitask. When you try to do several things at the same time, you only switch quickly from one task to another. Each switch costs mental energy and time. Your mind loses clarity. Your work becomes fragmented. This fragmented attention is the enemy of progress. It is why many people end the day feeling tired but with little to show for it. Scheduling focused time blocks with 0 interruptions changes that pattern completely. To start, pick a specific block of time in your day when you are at your best. For many, this is the morning when the mind is fresh and energy is high. For others, it could be late at night or mid-afternoon. The key is to find your peak period and protect it fiercely. This time block should be reserved only for the most important tasks related to your priorities. Nothing else should compete for your attention during this window. Before your focused time begins, prepare your environment. Clear your workspace. Remove distractions. Turn off your phone or put it on airplane mode. Close unnecessary tabs on your computer. Inform those around you that you will be unavailable for this time. Setting this boundary signals to your mind and others that this period is sacred. When you honor this commitment to yourself, your ability to concentrate grows stronger. During the time block, focus on one task only. Resist the temptation to check messages or switch to another project. The goal is to work with intensity and purpose on one thing until the block ends or the task is complete. This single-minded attention rewires your brain to enter a state of flow where ideas come easier, work feels effortless, and results multiply. It is natural for interruptions to try to sneak in. Notifications pop up. Thoughts wander. People may approach you with questions or requests. You must be vigilant. Train yourself to say no or postpone these distractions. Use strategies like placing a Do Not Disturb sign or using noise-canceling headphones to create a buffer. Protect this time like your life depends on it, because it does. Focused time blocks also teach discipline and respect for your own limits. It reminds you that quality matters more than quantity. It helps you avoid the trap of busy work that fills the day but leads nowhere. Instead of scattering your efforts, you harness your energy for maximum impact. This approach leads to more satisfaction and less stress. After a focused block, take a short break to recharge. Step away from your workspace, stretch, breathe deeply, or take a quick walk. These breaks help your brain reset and prepare for the next round of work. It is important to balance deep focus with rest to avoid burnout. Scheduling focused time blocks requires planning. Look at your day and decide in advance when these blocks will happen. Treat them as non-negotiable appointments. Write them down in your calendar and commit to keeping them. The more consistent you are, the easier it becomes to enter deep work mode quickly. It is also helpful to start with shorter blocks if you are new to this practice. Even 30 minutes of undistracted focus can produce remarkable results. As your ability grows, you can extend these periods. What matters most is the quality of attention you give, not just the length of time. Focused time blocks also improve creativity. When your mind is free from constant interruptions, you can think deeply. You can connect ideas and solve problems more effectively. This state of concentration is where innovation happens. If you want to create something valuable, you must protect time for focused thinking. People who schedule focused time blocks often report a boost in confidence. They see progress clearly. Tasks get done faster. Deadlines feel manageable. This success feeds motivation and reinforces the habit. It becomes a positive cycle of focus leading to achievement, which leads to more focus. Without focused time, work tends to spill over. Days stretch longer, stress grows, family and personal time suffer. But with dedicated blocks, you reclaim control over your schedule. You set the pace of your day instead of letting distractions dictate it. This control brings peace of mind and balance. It is important to communicate your focused time blocks to others if possible. Let colleagues, friends, and family know when you are not available. This reduces unexpected interruptions and builds respect for your boundaries. People who care about you will understand because they want to see you succeed. Focused time blocks also help with prioritization. When you know you have limited time to work deeply, you become more selective about what tasks deserve your attention. This clarity cuts through overwhelm and brings sharper decision-making. You focus on what moves you forward instead of what just fills your time. It is easy to underestimate the power of a few hours of uninterrupted focus. But those hours multiply. They build skills, move projects, and create momentum. They transform dreams into realities. Consistent practice of focused time blocks turns ordinary workdays into extraordinary ones. Sometimes it will feel hard to protect this time. The world can feel urgent and demanding. But the more you fight for these blocks, the more you prove to yourself that your goals matter. This self-respect grows into resilience and determination that carry you through challenges. Focused time blocks also improve your relationship with time itself. Instead of rushing or procrastinating, you learn to use time wisely. You develop patience and presence. You experience satisfaction from fully engaging in one task at a time. If you struggle with interruptions, try tracking them for a few days. Notice when and how they happen. Awareness gives you the power to create strategies to minimize them. It also helps you see how valuable focused time truly is. Ultimately, scheduling focused time blocks is about choosing to be the master of your day. It is about valuing your work and yourself enough to protect what matters. It is a practice that builds success step by step, hour by hour. Focused time blocks bring clarity where there was confusion. They bring progress where there was delay. They bring fulfillment where there was frustration. When you commit to working without interruptions, you unlock your potential and take a big step toward the life you want. This is not a magic trick or a complicated method. It is a simple commitment to your own focus and goals. The results will surprise you. When you schedule focused time blocks with zero interruptions, you are making a promise to yourself to show up fully. And that promise changes everything. Chapter 4. Turn off notifications during deep work hours. In a world that never stops buzzing, it feels like there is always something demanding your attention. Every beep, buzz, or pop-up pulls you away from what you should be doing. The harsh truth is these notifications are robbing you of your focus and stealing precious moments from your day. When you allow constant alerts to interrupt your work, your mind never gets a chance to settle into deep concentration. This scattered attention is exhausting, frustrating, and ultimately destroys your ability to accomplish meaningful progress. The simple but powerful choice to turn off notifications during deep work hours can transform your productivity and peace of mind. Most people underestimate how much their attention is hijacked by notifications. It is not just about losing a few seconds here and there. Each alert breaks your train of thought and drags your mind into a different place. The effort to refocus after an interruption is far greater than the interruption itself. This cycle repeats many times a day and leaves you drained without completing important tasks. Notifications create a constant, low-level anxiety that your focus is slipping away even when you try to work. Turning off notifications is a radical act of self-care and discipline. It sends a clear message to your brain that during certain hours, your work and goals matter more than every incoming message or social update. You regain control over your attention instead of being a slave to digital distractions. This shift is critical because your attention is your most valuable resource. When you protect it, your results improve, your stress reduces, and your satisfaction grows. This change does not require complicated tools or fancy techniques. It only requires you to take deliberate action. Go into your phone, computer, or any device and switch off notifications for email, social media, messaging apps, and even news alerts. If you use devices for work, you can customize settings to allow only urgent alerts while silencing everything else. This customization lets you stay connected when absolutely necessary, but prevents interruptions during your deep work. Turning off notifications also means creating a mental boundary between your work and the noise of the outside world. When your mind is free from constant alerts, it can focus fully on the task at hand. Your thoughts become clearer. Your ideas flow more easily. You become more productive because you are not constantly dragged away by distractions. This mental clarity is priceless. Many people worry that turning off notifications means they will miss something important. The reality is that the most important matters rarely need an immediate response within minutes. If something urgent happens, people will find other ways to reach you. And if it is not urgent, it can wait until your focus time ends. By turning off notifications, you create space to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. Turning off notifications during deep work hours is also a form of respect for your own time and goals. It says you believe your work deserves your full attention. It means you value the results you want to create enough to remove distractions that pull you away. This respect builds confidence and discipline, two essential qualities for long-term success. The benefits extend beyond productivity. When you silence notifications, you reduce stress and anxiety. Your mind is not constantly on alert. You feel calmer and more present. This calmness enhances your ability to think creatively and solve problems. It also improves your overall mental well-being. To make this practice effective, decide on specific hours for your deep work. These hours should align with when you feel most alert and capable of focused effort. It might be the first 2 hours after you wake up, or a quiet period in the afternoon. Whatever time you choose, protect it by turning off all notifications and communicating your schedule to others if necessary. During your deep work hours, commit fully to the task without checking your phone or email. If you need to, place your devices out of sight or in another room. Removing the temptation is an important step to maintain focus. Your brain will thank you for the break from constant stimulation. If you find it hard to turn off notifications all at once, start gradually. Begin with silencing one app or device and increase over time. Notice how your focus improves and use that as motivation to continue. Each step toward reducing interruptions brings you closer to a more productive and peaceful workday. Turning off notifications also helps create a healthier relationship with technology. Instead of technology controlling your attention, you control how and when you engage with it. This empowerment reduces feelings of overwhelm and helps you use technology as a tool rather than a distraction. Some people keep notifications on because they feel pressure to respond immediately. Recognize that this pressure is often self-imposed or driven by external expectations that are not aligned with your priorities. By setting boundaries, you teach others to respect your time and reduce unnecessary demands. The habit of turning off notifications during deep work hours strengthens over time. As you experience the benefits, it becomes easier and more natural to protect your focus. This habit builds a foundation for greater achievement and satisfaction in all areas of life. In addition to turning off notifications, consider turning off sounds and vibrations. Sometimes the anticipation of an alert is enough to pull your attention away. Removing all sensory triggers enhances your ability to stay present with your work. Remember, the goal is not to isolate yourself, but to create focused time where your mind can work without interruption. After your deep work period, you can turn notifications back on and catch up with messages and updates. This balance keeps you connected while preserving your productivity. Your ability to turn off notifications reflects how much you value your goals. It is a simple but powerful way to cut out noise and focus on what really matters. When you protect your attention, you give yourself the chance to produce your best work, feel less stressed, and enjoy your accomplishments more fully. The choice to silence alerts is a choice to honor your potential. It is a choice to take control over your time and energy. It is a choice that leads to clearer thinking, stronger work habits, and greater peace in a world full of distractions. Make that choice today and watch how it changes the way you work and live. Chapter 5. Practice saying no to non-essential commitments. Every day, people get pulled in 100 different directions by requests, invitations, and demands on their time. The pressure to say yes can feel overwhelming. There is a fear of disappointing others or missing out on opportunities. But here is the tough truth. Saying yes to everything means saying no to what truly matters. When you fill your schedule with non-essential commitments, your energy spreads thin, your focus becomes scattered, and your goals drift further away. Learning to say no is not about being rude or selfish. It is about protecting your time and honoring your priorities so you can live intentionally and produce meaningful results. Many people struggle with saying no because they want to be liked or they feel guilty turning people down. They convince themselves they can handle everything or that they owe it to others to be available. This mindset leads to overwhelm, burnout, and a deep frustration that comes from not having space to do what is important to them. Saying no is a skill that empowers you to take control of your life. It is a clear boundary that shows you respect your time as much as you respect others. To practice saying no effectively, start by becoming clear about your priorities. When you know what matters most to you, it becomes easier to recognize which commitments align with those priorities and which do not. Saying no then becomes a way of saying yes to your goals, your well-being, and your long-term success. Without this clarity, every request feels urgent and necessary, making it impossible to protect your focus. Saying no does not have to be harsh or confrontational. It can be simple and respectful. You can say no by expressing gratitude for the opportunity or invitation and then explaining that your schedule is full or that you need to focus on other commitments. Honesty is powerful. When you communicate your reasons calmly and clearly, most people understand. You do not owe lengthy explanations or justifications. A simple, firm no with kindness is enough. Many times people feel compelled to over-explain or apologize excessively when saying no. This weakens the boundary and invites pressure to change your mind. A strong no is confident and direct. It respects your time and the other person's needs without sacrificing your own priorities. Remember, every yes to something non-essential is a no to your own progress and peace of mind. Another reason saying no is hard is because people underestimate the cost of their time. Time is not infinite. Every moment spent on a non-essential commitment takes away from time you could invest in your goals, relationships, rest, or growth. When you treat your time like a limited resource, you start valuing it more. This mindset shift makes it easier to decline requests that do not support your vision. Saying no also helps prevent overwhelm and burnout. When your calendar is full of obligations that do not feed your purpose, you risk exhaustion and loss of motivation. Protecting your time means protecting your energy. You need energy to perform at your best, to think clearly, and to enjoy life fully. Saying no is an act of self-respect and self-preservation. Practicing no is like building a muscle. It takes repetition and courage. Start small by saying no to minor requests or distractions that are easy to decline. Each successful no builds confidence. Gradually, you will find it easier to say no to bigger demands that threaten your focus. This practice creates space for what truly matters and strengthens your ability to manage your time intentionally. It is also important to prepare for pushback. Some people may try to persuade you, guilt you, or question your decision. Expect this and remind yourself why you are saying no. Your commitment to your priorities is more important than temporary discomfort. Stand firm with respect, but without wavering. When you say no to non-essential commitments, you send a message to yourself and the world that your time is valuable. You create room for opportunities that align with your goals. You reduce stress and improve your quality of work and life. You gain control over your schedule instead of feeling controlled by others' demands. Saying no also opens the door for more meaningful yeses. When your schedule is not overloaded, you have space to say yes to projects, relationships, and experiences that truly enrich your life. Your yes becomes a powerful choice rather than a default response. This selectivity is the key to building momentum and achieving lasting success. It helps to have a simple script ready for saying no, so you don't have to think about it in the moment. Something like, "I appreciate you thinking of me, but I have to decline because of other commitments," is enough. This removes hesitation and makes your response clear. Practicing this script mentally or out loud strengthens your ability to deliver it confidently. Keep in mind that saying no is a gift you give yourself and others. When you say yes to everything, you spread yourself thin and cannot show up fully. When you say no wisely, you preserve your ability to be present, effective, and supportive when it counts most. This balance improves all your relationships and your overall well-being. Many people wait until they are overwhelmed before they start saying no. The smarter approach is to say no proactively before overload happens. This foresight prevents stress and keeps your energy high. Saying no regularly becomes part of your strategy for sustainable success. Saying no to non-essential commitments also helps you develop clarity about what truly matters in your life. The more you practice, the more you discover your boundaries and priorities. This awareness guides your choices and deepens your sense of purpose. In addition to verbal no, learn to say no with your actions. Protect your calendar, your workspace, and your mental energy from unnecessary distractions. These invisible no's are just as important. They support your focused work and personal growth. If you struggle with guilt when saying no, remember that taking care of yourself is not selfish. It is necessary. Your ability to give your best to your work and your loved ones depends on your ability to set limits. Healthy boundaries lead to healthier and more fulfilling life. Saying no creates space for reflection and self-growth. It allows you to spend time on developing skills, resting, and planning your future. Without these moments, progress stalls and motivation fades. It is impossible to excel without focus. Saying no to what is not essential keeps your attention sharp and your efforts aligned. This alignment is the foundation of achievement. Every time you say no to a non-essential commitment, you take a step closer to your goals. You demonstrate respect for your dreams and your time. This respect becomes a powerful habit that shapes your future. Mastering the art of saying no transforms your life from reactive to proactive. You decide where your energy goes. You create a life that reflects your true priorities. This transformation begins with a simple but powerful word, no. Chapter 6. Use a daily checklist to stay on track. In the chaos of everyday life, it is easy to lose sight of what needs to get done. The mind can become overwhelmed with a long list of tasks and responsibilities, and without a clear plan, important things fall through the cracks. When people try to juggle too many things at once, they end up exhausted and unproductive. A simple tool that changes everything is a daily checklist. This is not just about writing down tasks. It is about creating a clear, focused map for your day that keeps your attention on what matters most. Using a daily checklist is one of the most practical ways to cut through the noise and keep your life moving forward with purpose. The power of a checklist comes from its ability to turn vague intentions into clear actions. When tasks are just swirling in your head, it is hard to focus or measure progress. But when you put those tasks on paper or in a digital list, they become concrete. You can see exactly what needs to be done. This clarity calms your mind and helps you prioritize. Instead of wondering what to do next, you have a step-by-step guide for your day. A checklist helps prevent procrastination because it breaks down big goals into manageable actions. Large projects can feel overwhelming, but seeing small tasks on your list makes them approachable. Each item checked off is a victory that builds momentum. This feeling of accomplishment boosts motivation and confidence. It shows that progress is happening even if it is slow. Many people resist using checklists because they think it will restrict their freedom or make them feel controlled. The truth is the opposite. A checklist gives you freedom by removing uncertainty. It frees your mind from worrying about forgetting something important. It also helps you say no to distractions because you know exactly what you need to focus on. This focus allows you to use your time and energy more efficiently. Creating an effective daily checklist requires intentionality. Start by reviewing your priorities and goals so you include tasks that align with what truly matters. Avoid filling your list with busy work or low-impact activities that steal your time without contributing to your progress. Quality over quantity is key. A concise, realistic checklist is far more powerful than a long, overwhelming one. The best checklists are written either the night before or first thing in the morning. Preparing your list ahead of time sets your day up for success. It allows your mind to settle into a clear plan before the day's distractions arrive. Starting the day with a checklist gives you a sense of direction and control that many people lack. As you work through your checklist, it is important to stay flexible but disciplined. Sometimes unexpected tasks or challenges come up. Adapt your list as needed, but keep your priorities in focus. Avoid the trap of constantly adding new tasks that derail your original plan. Every new addition should earn its place by supporting your goals. Using a checklist also helps track your progress over time. When you see completed tasks piling up day after day, it reveals patterns of productivity and growth. This feedback is valuable because it shows what is working and what needs adjustment. It helps you refine your daily habits and focus on what delivers results. A checklist can be simple or detailed depending on your style. Some people prefer a basic list with only essential tasks, while others like to include time blocks or notes for context. Experiment with different formats to find what keeps you accountable and motivated. The key is consistency. Using a checklist regularly trains your mind to focus on priorities and avoid distractions. When writing your checklist, use clear, action-oriented language. Instead of vague items like work on project, specify what exactly needs to be done, such as draft the introduction or review data points. This clarity removes hesitation and makes it easier to start tasks immediately. Ambiguity breeds procrastination, while precise tasks encourage action. One of the most overlooked benefits of a checklist is the psychological boost it provides. Checking off completed tasks releases a small but powerful reward in the brain. This feeling of achievement reinforces positive behavior and encourages continued effort. Over time, this builds a strong habit of focus and productivity. A daily checklist also acts as a shield against distractions. When you feel pulled in different directions, you can return to your list as a reminder of your commitments. This simple act keeps you grounded and prevents you from wasting time on low-value activities. It helps protect your attention so you can work with purpose. It is important to review your checklist periodically during the day. Pausing to assess your progress allows you to adjust your pace and priorities. It also prevents burnout by encouraging breaks and realistic expectations. Self-monitoring is a critical part of effective time management. Using a checklist helps improve your communication as well. When you share your priorities with others, they understand your commitments and are less likely to interrupt or distract you unnecessarily. It builds respect for your time and boundaries. Incorporating a daily checklist into your routine does not have to be complicated. It can be as simple as a notepad, a whiteboard, or an app on your phone. The tool itself is not as important as the habit of using it consistently. The habit of planning and tracking your day is what delivers powerful results. Some people resist checklists because they fear failure or feel discouraged when tasks are not completed. It is important to remember that a checklist is a tool for guidance, not a source of pressure. Missing a task is an opportunity to learn and adjust your plan. The goal is progress, not perfection. A checklist encourages accountability to yourself. It moves your intentions from thoughts to actions. This shift is essential because without action, goals remain dreams. By using a checklist, you hold yourself responsible for your time and choices. When you make a habit of daily checklists, you build momentum that carries you through challenges and distractions. You develop a rhythm of consistent work that leads to achievement. This momentum transforms your relationship with time from reactive to proactive. Checklists also help reduce anxiety about unfinished work. Seeing your tasks organized provides relief from mental clutter. It creates a sense of control and optimism that you can handle your responsibilities. Finally, using a checklist helps you build a focused lifestyle. It teaches you to prioritize effectively, manage your energy, and guard your attention. This lifestyle is the foundation of success and fulfillment in all areas of life. When you choose to use a daily checklist, you choose to invest in your future by taking control of the present moment. Chapter 7. Create a quiet workspace for mental clarity. In the middle of a noisy world, trying to focus can feel like shouting into a hurricane. The constant interruptions, background chatter, and buzzing devices steal your attention without mercy. When your environment is chaotic, your mind becomes restless and confused. This confusion is the enemy of productivity and peace. A quiet workspace is not a luxury. It is a necessity for anyone serious about focusing on what truly matters. It offers a sanctuary where your thoughts can gather, your creativity can flow, and your energy can build without being drained by distractions. Many people underestimate how much their surroundings affect their ability to concentrate. Noise, clutter, and constant movement hijack mental energy. The brain has to work harder to filter out irrelevant stimuli. This extra effort leads to fatigue and frustration. When you create a quiet space, you reduce this mental strain and create conditions for clear thinking. A calm environment helps your mind settle into deep focus, allowing you to work more efficiently and produce better results. Creating a quiet workspace begins with recognizing what noise does to your brain. Sounds that pull your attention away interrupt your train of thought and force you to restart mentally. This restart costs time and energy. If your workspace is full of distractions, you might spend hours trying to get back on track. But in a quiet environment, your mind can remain engaged with the task without constant interruptions. Finding or creating such a space takes intentional effort. It might mean choosing a room with a door that closes, or setting up a corner in your home or office where noise is minimized. It could involve investing in soundproofing, noise-canceling headphones, or simply using soft background music that does not demand your attention. The goal is to reduce external noise to a level that allows your mind to operate smoothly. Physical clutter also creates mental noise. When your workspace is messy, it sends signals to your brain that work is chaotic or unfinished. This can increase stress and make it harder to focus. Taking the time to organize your area, keep only what you need, and maintain cleanliness creates a visual calmness that supports mental clarity. Every item out of place adds to distraction, so simplicity in your environment is key. A quiet workspace also helps you protect your mental health. Constant noise and distractions elevate stress hormones, making it difficult to stay calm and centered. When you have a peaceful space to retreat to, you reduce anxiety and improve your mood. This emotional balance increases your ability to handle complex tasks and make better decisions. When setting up your quiet workspace, consider lighting and comfort as well. Harsh lights or uncomfortable chairs can cause physical discomfort that breaks concentration. Soft, natural light and an ergonomic chair help maintain physical ease, which supports mental endurance. The environment should invite you to settle in and stay focused for longer periods. Technology can be both a tool and a source of noise. Notifications, emails, and phone calls pull your attention away. In a quiet workspace, controlling technology is essential. Turn off unnecessary alerts and keep devices on silent or out of reach if possible. This helps maintain the silence and focus you need. Creating a quiet workspace is a signal to yourself and others that your time is valuable. When people see that you have a dedicated, calm place for work, they understand the importance of respecting that time. It sets boundaries that protect your attention and energy from being consumed by distractions. Your brain craves consistency. When you consistently use a quiet workspace, your mind associates that place with focus and productivity. This association makes it easier to enter a state of concentration whenever you are there. It becomes a mental trigger for getting work done. Sometimes the challenge is finding a quiet place outside of your home or office. Public spaces, cafes, and busy environments offer little peace. In these cases, creating quiet becomes even more critical. Portable solutions like noise-canceling headphones or earplugs become valuable tools. You can create a personal bubble of silence even in the busiest environments. The benefits of a quiet workspace go beyond just work. When your mind has a calm place to operate, you think more clearly about your goals and priorities. You find solutions faster and feel more confident in your decisions. This clarity helps you focus on what really matters in your life, not just your work tasks. Many successful people credit their focus and productivity to the quality of their work environment. They understand that the space around them influences the quality of their output. Investing time and energy in creating a quiet workspace is investing in your success and well-being. It is important to remember that a quiet workspace is a tool, not a guarantee. You must use that space intentionally and consistently. The quiet allows you to focus, but your commitment to your goals drives the results. The environment supports your efforts but does not replace them. Creating this space also means learning to guard it. You must protect your quiet time from interruptions by family, colleagues, or yourself. Setting clear boundaries and communicating them firmly helps maintain the sanctity of your workspace. This respect for your focus time is vital for sustaining productivity. The process of setting up a quiet workspace can feel challenging at first. You may face resistance from noisy environments or competing demands, but persistence pays off. Over time, the benefits of working in a calm, focused space become undeniable. Quietness enhances creativity as well. When your mind is not overwhelmed by noise, you can connect ideas more freely. Inspiration strikes more easily when your environment supports calm thinking. This creative flow is essential for problem-solving and innovation. A quiet workspace also allows for better rest and recovery between work sessions. When your brain is not bombarded with stimuli, it can recharge more effectively. This rest is crucial for maintaining long-term focus and energy. Consider the impact of background noise on your emotional state. Loud, constant noise can increase irritability and reduce patience. A quiet environment fosters a sense of peace and patience, which improves your interactions with others and your overall attitude. A quiet workspace creates a boundary between work and other parts of your life. It signals to your brain that it is time to focus and that distractions are off limits. This separation helps maintain work-life balance and prevents burnout. Building this kind of workspace is a commitment to yourself. It shows that you value your time, your mental health, and your goals. It is a practical step toward taking control of your life and cutting out the noise that steals your focus. Your mind needs quiet to perform at its best. It needs space to think clearly, organize thoughts, and take meaningful action. When you give your mind that space through a quiet workspace, you unlock your potential to focus deeply and achieve your highest priorities. Creating a quiet workspace is not about perfection. It is about making intentional choices that support your ability to concentrate. Start small, make adjustments, and commit to protecting that space every day. Chapter 8. Review your goals every single morning. Every day when the sun rises, your mind has a choice. You can let the chaos of life drag you in every direction, or you can take control by focusing on what truly matters. Most people wake up and immediately get swept away by distractions. They start responding to emails, scrolling through their phones, or rushing into tasks without clear direction. This reaction leaves them exhausted and off course by the end of the day. The truth is that the moments right after you wake up set the tone for everything that follows. If you want to cut out the noise and focus on what really matters, reviewing your goals every morning is the most powerful habit you can develop. This practice is not about reading a list without thinking. It is about connecting with your deepest reasons for why you want to succeed. When you look at your goals first thing, you remind yourself what you are working toward. This mental reset aligns your energy and attention toward meaningful action. It strengthens your resolve to avoid distractions that pull you away from your priorities. Every morning is a fresh opportunity to steer your life in the right direction, but only if you take a moment to pause and reflect on your goals. Many people underestimate how quickly their focus can scatter without clear intention. Without a daily review of your goals, it is easy to drift into habits and tasks that feel urgent but are not important. This confusion creates a cycle of busyness without progress. On the other hand, starting your day by reviewing your goals sharpens your awareness of what deserves your time. This clarity turns your intentions into actions. The process of reviewing your goals should be deliberate and thoughtful. Take time to read your written goals slowly. Visualize yourself achieving them. Feel the satisfaction and pride that comes with success. This emotional connection is critical. When your goals become real in your mind, they inspire motivation rather than just feeling like chores. This feeling fuels persistence when challenges arise. Your goals should be specific and broken down into manageable steps. When you review them in the morning, focus not only on long-term dreams, but also on the smaller actions required today. What 1 or 2 things can you do that will move you closer to your goal? Identifying these daily priorities ensures that your energy is directed where it matters most. This focus creates momentum that compounds over time. Morning goal review also helps you filter out distractions before they even start. When you know what is important, you can say no to tasks and requests that do not align with your goals. This boundary protects your time and energy. It also reduces stress because you are not trying to do everything. You are only doing what supports your success. Consistency is key. Reviewing your goals once will not change your life, but making it a daily habit transforms your mindset. The repeated act of focusing on your goals rewires your brain to prioritize what matters. Over time, this habit builds discipline and confidence. You become someone who consistently moves toward their dreams rather than drifting aimlessly. The morning is the best time for this practice because your mind is fresh. It has not yet been clouded by the day's distractions or stress. Taking even 5 to 10 minutes to review your goals sets a clear agenda for your brain. This clarity improves decision-making throughout the day and keeps you anchored to your purpose. This habit also provides a moment of calm before the noise of the world begins. It allows you to center yourself and connect with your inner drive. This connection builds resilience because it reminds you why your work matters. When distractions come, you are less likely to be pulled away because your goals hold a stronger place in your mind. Reviewing your goals every morning can be as simple as reading a written list, journaling about your progress, or speaking affirmations aloud. The key is to engage with your goals actively rather than passively. Ask yourself what you can do today to get closer to them. Reflect on any obstacles and plan how you will overcome them. This proactive mindset makes your goals feel achievable and within your control. Many successful people credit their morning goal review as a foundation of their achievements. It is not a secret technique, but a proven practice. When you start your day focused on what matters, your actions follow naturally. This focus reduces wasted time and energy. You become more productive, less stressed, and more fulfilled. The habit also encourages accountability. By looking at your goals daily, you hold yourself responsible for making progress. It is harder to ignore your dreams when you see them every morning. This accountability creates a sense of urgency and importance that fuels consistent effort. In addition, morning goal review helps you stay flexible. Life is unpredictable, and plans may need adjustment. When you review your goals daily, you can adapt your actions to changing circumstances without losing sight of your bigger picture. This flexibility prevents frustration and keeps your momentum going. Some people struggle with motivation in the morning. For those individuals, reviewing goals can serve as a powerful motivator. It ignites passion and reminds you of the rewards that await your hard work. This emotional boost can turn sluggish mornings into productive ones. This practice also sharpens your focus by training your brain to look for opportunities related to your goals. When you start the day thinking about what matters most, you become more alert to chances that align with your purpose. This awareness opens doors you might otherwise miss. It is important to keep your goals visible and accessible. Write them on paper or use an app that you check each morning. Avoid keeping them buried in your mind or hidden away where they are easy to forget. Visibility reinforces commitment and helps keep your priorities top of mind. Remember that your goals can and should evolve. Regular review allows you to assess progress and make changes as needed. This ongoing process keeps your goals relevant and inspiring. Stale or unrealistic goals can drain motivation, but fresh and meaningful goals energize your efforts. Morning goal review also improves your overall mindset. It shifts your perspective from reaction to intention. Instead of letting circumstances control you, you take charge of your day. This empowerment strengthens self-discipline and builds confidence in your ability to succeed. The simple act of focusing on your goals every morning creates a ripple effect. It influences your habits, decisions, and attitude throughout the day. This ripple grows larger over time, shaping the life you want to live. Small, consistent focus on what matters turns dreams into reality. If distractions often feel overwhelming, this habit offers a clear antidote. By starting with your goals, you anchor your mind to purpose before noise can pull you away. It is like planting a flag in your mind that says what you stand for and where you are headed. To maximize the impact, pair goal review with other habits like planning your day or meditation. These practices reinforce focus and calm, making it easier to stay on track. The morning becomes a powerful ritual that fuels success. Reviewing your goals every single morning is a simple but profound step toward mastering your focus. It demands discipline, but rewards you with clarity, motivation, and control. This habit puts you in the driver's seat of your life and helps cut through the noise that tries to distract you. Chapter 9. Limit social media use to set times only. The biggest challenge for anyone trying to focus today comes from the constant pull of social media. It is relentless and designed to grab your attention every minute of the day. Most people think they can control it, but the truth is, social media steals more of your time and energy than any other distraction. It creeps into your day without warning and steals your focus before you even realize it. This reality is tough to face because social media feels like a harmless way to connect or relax. Yet it has become the silent thief of productivity and peace of mind. Limiting social media use to specific times is not just helpful. It is essential if you want to concentrate on what really matters. The first step is admitting how much time social media consumes. Often, people underestimate the hours lost to scrolling through feeds, checking notifications, or jumping from one platform to another. When you add it up, it can become a full workday wasted on things that rarely bring real value. This lost time means missed opportunities to move toward your goals. It also drains your mental energy, leaving you less able to think deeply or be creative. Knowing this makes it clear that social media cannot be left open all day long. It must have boundaries. Setting specific times for social media use brings structure to your day. When you decide ahead of time that you will check social media only during certain periods, your mind is freed from constant interruptions. This kind of discipline creates a powerful shift in how you experience time. You begin to notice how much more focused and productive you are when your phone or computer is not a constant distraction. The quality of your work improves because you are fully present with what you are doing. Limiting social media also protects your emotional state. Social media can be a source of comparison, envy, and distraction from your own path. When you use it mindlessly throughout the day, it feeds anxiety and dissatisfaction. But when you control your usage, you regain your emotional balance. You choose when and how to engage, which puts you back in charge of your feelings. This control prevents the frustration that comes from endless scrolling and negative comparisons. Creating fixed social media times requires commitment. It is easy to say you will only check social media at noon or after work, but harder to stick with it. The key is to treat these times as appointments with yourself. Just as you would not cancel an important meeting, do not cancel your commitment to focused time without distractions. This kind of respect for your own schedule builds self-trust and discipline. The specific times you choose can vary depending on your life. Some find it best to check social media in the morning for a short burst to catch up. Others prefer the evening as a way to relax after work. What matters is not the exact time, but the consistency and limitation. Using social media only during these windows reduces the urge to check impulsively and breaks the habit of constant interruptions. Another strategy is to remove social media apps from your phone, home screen, or log out after each session. This extra step makes accessing social media less automatic. You create a small barrier that interrupts the impulse to check without thinking. This pause helps you regain control and prevents endless scrolling that can swallow up precious hours. When social media use is limited, you also reclaim mental clarity. Without constant alerts and updates, your brain can focus better and rest more deeply. This clarity allows you to think more creatively, solve problems faster, and connect more deeply with your work or family. It is like clearing fog from your mind so you can see your path clearly. It is important to replace social media time with something meaningful. When you stop scrolling aimlessly, you might feel a gap that needs filling. Fill this gap with activities that energize you. Read a book, take a walk, write in a journal, or spend time with loved ones. These activities nourish your mind and soul in ways social media cannot. Limiting social media also protects your physical health. Constant screen time strains your eyes, disrupts sleep, and reduces physical movement. Setting boundaries encourages breaks that refresh your body and reduce fatigue. These physical benefits improve your overall well-being and capacity to focus. Some people struggle with social media because it triggers a fear of missing out. This fear can make it hard to step away or set limits. Recognize that the world will keep turning if you are not online every minute. Real connection and real progress happen when you are present in your own life, not when you are glued to a screen. Letting go of the need to be constantly connected frees you from this fear. Tracking your social media use can also be eye-opening. Many phones now have features that show how much time you spend on each app. Reviewing these numbers honestly can motivate change. Seeing how many hours are lost to social media often makes people want to set stricter limits and regain control. When you finally put limits in place, you might face resistance from your own habits or social pressure. Friends and colleagues might expect quick responses or constant availability. It is important to communicate your boundaries clearly and confidently. Let others know when you are available and when you need focused time. Respect for your boundaries encourages others to respect them too. Limiting social media does not mean cutting yourself off completely. It means using it with intention rather than letting it use you. Social media can be a useful tool for connection, learning, and entertainment if it is controlled. The power lies in choosing when and how to engage rather than being pulled in at every moment. This practice also teaches patience and presence. When you wait for your scheduled social media time, you learn to be patient with your impulses. This patience builds self-control and strengthens your focus on real life. You become more present in conversations, work, and experiences because your attention is not divided. The result of limiting social media is a deeper sense of control over your time and life. You feel less rushed and scattered, your mind feels clearer, and your mood more stable. This calm creates space for creativity, problem-solving, and meaningful relationships. You begin to experience time as a resource to be managed, not a force that controls you. Remember, every moment you spend focused on your goals brings you closer to success. Every moment lost to distraction pulls you further away. Limiting social media use to set times is a simple but powerful way to protect your focus and energy. It is a commitment to yourself and your future that pays off every day. You have the power to decide how much space social media occupies in your life. Setting clear limits takes courage and discipline, but leads to freedom and focus. This change will not happen overnight, but with persistence, you will find yourself more productive, peaceful, and fulfilled. Control your social media use, and you control your attention. Control your attention, and you control your life. This is one of the most important steps to cutting out the noise and focusing on what really matters. Chapter 10. Create a morning ritual that energizes and focuses you. Waking up and feeling like you are already behind is a struggle many people face daily. The chaotic rush to start the day often sets a tone of stress and distraction that lingers long after the morning passes. Without a clear morning ritual, the day can feel like a battle to catch up instead of a chance to move forward. Most people do not realize how powerful a purposeful morning routine can be in shaping their entire day. Creating a ritual that energizes your body and sharpens your mind is not just a luxury. It is a necessity for anyone serious about making progress. The morning is a blank canvas. How you start it determines the colors and shapes of the rest of your hours. Many mornings begin with grabbing a phone and diving into emails, news, or social media. This habit pulls you into other people's priorities before you have even had a chance to set your own. This constant bombardment of information drains your energy and scatters your focus. You wake up tired, not because you did not sleep enough, but because you surrendered your mental space before the day even began. Instead of fueling your mind and body, these early distractions sabotage your potential. A morning ritual should protect you from this drain. To create a powerful morning ritual, start by deciding what you want your first moments awake to feel like. Do you want to feel calm and grounded, or rushed and overwhelmed? Do you want clarity or confusion? The choices you make in the morning determine these feelings. Begin by waking up at a consistent time. This consistency trains your body clock and improves your sleep quality over time. When your body knows when to expect rest and activity, it functions better. Waking up at different times each day confuses your system and creates fatigue. Next, avoid rushing. Give yourself enough time to move slowly and with intention. Even 15 minutes of quiet focus can transform your mindset. Use this time to connect with yourself. Some people find meditation helpful to clear mental clutter. Others write down 3 things they are grateful for. Gratitude shifts the mind from what is lacking to what is abundant. This simple practice rewires your brain toward positivity. Movement is another critical part of an energizing morning ritual. Your body has been still for hours, and waking it up gently is essential. Stretching, yoga, or a short walk increases blood flow and wakes up your muscles. This physical activation reduces stiffness and improves alertness. Even a few minutes of deep breathing exercises stimulate oxygen to the brain and calm the nervous system. These actions prepare your body for the day's demands. Nutrition also plays a key role in your morning energy. Many people skip breakfast or grab something quick and unhealthy. This choice leads to energy crashes and poor concentration later. A balanced meal with protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates provides steady fuel. Drinking water first thing rehydrates your body and jumpstarts metabolism. Starting with poor nutrition is like trying to drive a car on empty. Your energy will sputter out fast. Creating a morning ritual means removing distractions from your first hour. This time is sacred and should be free from emails, social media, and even news. These inputs overwhelm your brain and scatter your attention before it is ready. Instead, focus on what centers you. Reading a few pages of an inspiring book, journaling goals for the day, or simply sitting in silence with a clear mind sets a foundation of control and clarity. Writing down your top 3 priorities for the day is a crucial step in your morning ritual. When your tasks are clear and limited, your focus sharpens. You are less likely to be pulled in many directions. This practice also reduces anxiety because your brain knows exactly what to tackle first. Prioritizing is not about doing everything at once, but about choosing the most important actions that will move you forward. The power of a morning ritual lies in its ability to create momentum. Starting your day with deliberate actions builds confidence and control. It sends a message to your subconscious that you are ready to work toward your goals. Momentum gained early is easier to maintain than trying to catch up later. When you follow a routine that energizes and focuses you, the rest of the day tends to fall into place. Many people struggle to maintain a morning ritual because life feels unpredictable. Unexpected events or early responsibilities can throw off your schedule. It is important to design your ritual to be flexible. The core elements, waking consistently, movement, mindfulness, and planning, can be adjusted in length or order without losing effectiveness. Adapt your routine to your life, not the other way around. Accountability increases the likelihood of sticking with your ritual. Sharing your morning goals with a friend or journaling your progress makes you more committed. Celebrating small wins each morning reinforces the habit. Over time, these small wins accumulate into lasting change. You may wonder how long it takes to feel the impact of a morning ritual. For some, benefits show within days. For others, it takes weeks of consistent practice. The key is patience and persistence. Skipping days or half-hearted efforts slow progress. Treat your ritual as a vital appointment with yourself that deserves full attention. A powerful morning ritual also strengthens mental toughness. Facing the day with purpose and energy makes challenges easier to handle. Your ability to stay calm under pressure improves. You become less reactive and more proactive. This mental toughness builds resilience that carries you through difficult moments. This ritual is not about perfection, it is about progress and presence. Some mornings will be rushed or messy, and that is okay. What matters is returning to your routine as soon as possible. Over time, the ritual becomes a source of stability and strength regardless of external chaos. Imagine your morning as the foundation of a house. If the foundation is strong and solid, everything built on it stands firm. Your day is the house. A morning ritual that energizes and focuses you creates that foundation. Without it, the entire structure shakes under pressure and distraction. To succeed, you must guard your morning ritual fiercely. Say no to the things that interrupt your routine unnecessarily. Protect this time from distractions and obligations that do not serve your goals. This respect for your own time builds self-discipline and self-respect. Ultimately, creating a morning ritual is a gift you give yourself every day. It is an act of self-care and commitment to your dreams. The benefits ripple out into every area of your life, from work to relationships to health. You become someone who shows up for yourself consistently. You have the power to transform how you start each day. By designing a morning ritual that energizes and focuses you, you change your experience of time, energy, and success. This simple but profound practice is a cornerstone of discipline and growth. It is a step that separates those who drift through life from those who take control and build the future they want. Start now, choose your ritual, protect your morning. Watch how your days shift when you show up for yourself first.